welcome to the video. Here's everything that you'll need to get started on making your own wind turbine. So let's start from the bottom up. The first step will be to build a tower. So I used the clean side of a pizza box and a little paper template that I made. So you just trace them out, and after some tedious cutting, you'll have 4 pieces like this. Now we got a hot glue. So I have 2 of my pieces here and just arrange them according to how they fit. And so I'm just gonna grab my glue gun, and we want a 90-degree angle on each, so just remember that when you're gluing 2 at a time. After you're done building the tower, I just took a piece of cardboard and just hot glue it down. So you know how I said don't worry about the wobbliness? Yeah. It's just all good. Once you put that glue on there, totally steady. And now your next step will be to take a very tiny piece of cardboard and just put it right on top there. And before hot gluing it, you want to take your piece of tape and you want to grab your motor and just make sure that it fits, and then you're just going to put a piece of tape right over like that. So as you can see, we now have our motor right on top of the structure, the tower. And now you just want to put your hot glue right on top there. And don't be afraid to be generous with this part, because you really want to make sure that your motor is sitting nice and tight there. And now it's time to create the hub, or the piece that the blades will connect to. So just trace out little circles that are around the same size as the motor and hot glue them together. Now once you have your stack of circles, you want to take a flimsy cardboard-like material like this McDonald's box and cut out a strip to wrap around that circle. So now you should have 1 piece of rectangular paper or thin cardboard, and you want to just size it up to what the circumference of your circles is. And now we're going to hot glue. Now for the blades. So just decide on what length and width that you want. So I'm going to make 4 2 by 7.5 centimeter blades. So instead of cutting each one by one, I'm just going to make 1 large rectangle and then cut it in 4. So now that you have your cardboard rectangle, just draw 4 lines on it and cut them out. So at this point you should have 4 cardboard rectangles, and you can draw little markings on this. So for the outside one, you just want to have a little curve like so. And for the inside, this is the part that will be sticking to the rotor piece. So then you want to just trace it around there. Now for the fun part. I'm going to take one of the cardboard pieces, and I'm not joking, you're just going to have to bend it a little bit. I know, it was pretty painful for me to watch too, because I was like, are you serious? You're gonna do that? But yeah, you're gonna do a little bit of that, and now you really just want to try to get a fold going through the middle, because this will make your blade more aerodynamic. Next, we're essentially going to place these 4 blades on 2 opposing planes. So basically what I mean is we're gonna place one on this angle, and then the second will be on like the opposite angle, and then likewise on both other sides. So let's get started. To demonstrate the effectiveness of this model, where we fold the blades instead of just sticking them on, let's shitty. So basically, when the wind is hitting here, it's going to cause it to rotate, and then it's going to kind of have that little scoop of airflow that'll propel it. Circles, I'll just be using this for demonstration purposes. You want to take that stack of circles and make sure that you have a point in the center and pierce it before you attach it, because this will help the point be more precise, and since it's very fragile you won't have to kind of push it on there and break it. So as you can see, I'm just gonna pierce it with my compass here and make sure it's big enough to fit the shaft but not too big, and you also want to make sure that you're not putting it through the whole stack, just around halfway. And now all that's left to do is putting everything together. So we have our blades, we have that hole that we spoke about earlier, and obviously you're just gonna kind of put it right onto the shaft, attach it, make sure it's nice and secure. If it's not, you can even go the extra step of hot gluing it or super gluing it. I haven't done that because it stays on just fine without doing so. And now for the wires, you're just going to take your red and black wires. For anybody that's new to this, red is positive, black is negative, and you want to take a pair of wire cutters and just take around 1 centimeter or so off of each end. So attach one end to this part of the motor, and then you're going to attach the other to the LED diode. And again, for beginners, the short leg is negative and the long leg is positive. And there you have it. Hopefully your wind turbine looks just as gorgeous as this one. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed. And for any of you that do actually try building this, let me know if you ever have any trouble in the comments, because I know I did, and it's not as easy as it looks. But once you get it together and it looks like this, it's super satisfying. So have a great day, guys. Thanks again.